Alright, time for my semifinals match for this month's MSEM GP. I'm playing against Pipsqueak again. I lost to her in round 4, so this is going to be the grudge match. I'm playing Blue Green Beans, and they're playing, is it Phoenix? And they're on play because seeding. So this is not a very good matchup for me, because they can do way more busted, like we're both pretty explosive decks, but her deck is way more explosive than mine. So let's see. Do I keep this? Because I have Primal into Jeffrey stages. I mean, that's like hardly a curve, but it does have turn 1 Primal. I mean, and I don't really want to mulligan down any more than I have to. Okay, so what would the first 2 turns look like? Turn 1 Primal, turn 2 Jeffrey stages, turn 3 if they have a good hand, they probably have 2 Phoenixes out and a Plaxi, and then I need to. So I have 2 draws to get something good. And then maybe Jeffrey stages helps me stabilize or something. Yeah, I'll keep this. This feels incorrect, but I don't really want to take that many risks right now. Even though I probably should be taking more risks, just because I'm the unfavored side in this matchup. But maybe I get good draws. Like Performer of Growth is a pretty good draw. So I'm definitely primaling on turn 1, which means that I will have to shock myself, but hopefully that means that I don't have to shock myself later on. So I'm hoping that they don't get. Well, is it possible for them to get Firebird on turn 2? If they have data recovery, then yes. If they don't, then I don't think so. So I just have to hope that they don't have data recovery right now. Playing R, yeah, Unquenched Greed. They're drawing a bunch of cards. They're very likely to draw into data recovery. And that lets them filter through even more cards, and then I have to deal with the live Phoenix, which is not something I'm happy with. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's unfortunate for me. Do they get 2 Firebirds? Okay, it's only 1 Firebird, so it's quote unquote only a turn 5-turn clock for now. Oh, they have Plaxi too. That's bad. I have no interaction right now. So if they have Unceasing Flames, they just completely blow me out. Green Elemental Circle is quite useful, right? Well, the problem with Elemental Circle is that it's just really slow. So Jeffrey Stages doesn't. I don't think playing Jeffrey Stages right now helps me. I think my best bet right now is to go Performer, Green Elemental Circle, and hope for good top decks. Can I? Yeah, if I play Jeffrey this turn, I can't play out my 5-drop next turn either. So there's no point going for that. So I think my best plan right now is to just get things out on board. And yeah, hope the top deck a 5-drop, because I think that would probably be the best thing to get me back into the game. I just have to hope that Plaxi doesn't do too much. Like if they have Unceasing Flames off Plaxi, then I'm in a lot of trouble. I suppose I probably should have mulliganed more aggressively. And actually, does the game get worse for me post-board? I think it probably does. Well, I mean, I bring in Forbidden Treasures post-board, which means that I can actually answer stuff, but I don't have more removal post-board, so it's still not great for me. Opponent is thinking, which means they probably have a lot of good plays lined up. They probably want to kill Performer, so they're probably thinking about what removal to use on it. I mean, on the bright side, if they want to Unceasing Flames the Performer, they're going to double the Unquenched Greed. So that's turning through a bunch of cards again, and they have their second Firebird. I probably need to shock myself to play Mysterious Cataract untapped, and they discard Unceasing Flames, so they probably have another one that they're pointing at Performer of Growth. Yep. On the bright side, at least they didn't get another Phoenix out. They whack me for 5, and then like if they have another Unceasing Flames in hand, they copy with Plaxi, and then they kind of wreck me next turn. Alright, hoping for a good top deck. Well, this is definitely not the right time for it. So I can play Jeffrey Stages and fetch myself. Orichi doesn't do anything. Aerith is really slow, but it's probably better than Panya, honestly. Or actually, can I do the Panya thing? If I play Mysterious Cataract untapped, so I go down to 8, these guys whack me down to 3, and then I have to hope to top deck and then tap land in order to Panya Tail next turn. If I do that, then okay, so then I Panya Tail, I draw another untapped land, I play Greenwood Outrider. Do I just kill them if that happens? I think I'm still like I whack them for a bunch of damage, but I don't think it's actually lethal just yet. Alternatively, I can grab Aerith and take it slow. So I play Lumbering Hillock tapped, I play Jeffrey Stages, grab Aerith. Next turn untap, play Aerith. Aerith has absolutely nothing to do, but I get to draw off green elemental circle, and Aerith at least blocks somewhat. Is that better than Panya? I mean, it lets me. It's like it's safer, but Aerith bounces to Plaxi. Maybe it actually is better. Yeah. So do I go for a safe play or the play that relies on me top decking an untap land? I think I'll play it safe. Yeah. It might be incorrect, but I just don't want to risk anything right now. Or I mean, I don't want to try to top deck an untap land because that just does not feel very likely. On the bright side, if I survive this turn, I get to Greenwood Outrider, and I don't think that does anything. 2 mana, Zerat. Okay, I see. They get to bounce the Jeffrey stages. Yeah, and that puts them up a card. I get whacked down to 5. So there actually is something I can draw here, right? I possibly draw like a bunch of evokers. Oh, okay. Now I get my untap land. So if I grabbed Panya, I could have. I'll be at 3, and then I would be Panya tailing at 1, I guess. Which, I mean, that still does something, I guess. It doesn't do much, but it does something. So I don't really have any options other than Aerith and hoping that it gets me something good. So Aerith. Okay. What makes me survive? Aerith, Amorphous Tyrant, punch something. Amorphous Tyrant, punch the Firebird. Hope that my opponent doesn't have enough spells to reanimate it next turn. I think that's my out, so I guess I'll go for it. Another green elemental circle, so yeah, that's not what I needed. I can't play these things untapped because that just kills me, so I guess I mean, I'm getting value right now, but it's a bit late, all things considered. Well, I mean, I still survive if they have absolutely no way to deal with the Aerith and no face burn. And then maybe I can try to turn the game around or something. Okay, they make a clue. I mean, actually, does Greenwood Outrider just kill them? 1, 2, 3. I can play another Greenwood. Okay. They probably have enough spells for a Firebird then. So I'll probably lose here. Yeah. I mean, okay, so they can't top deck a land. If they top deck a land here, I am safe. Please top deck a land. Or actually, they can also like top deck Zerat or something, or Plaxi. Like they just have to top deck not a spell, and I can survive this round. Okay, seems like yeah they didn't top deck what they need. Okay, that's really good for me. Now I actually have a chance. So does Greenwood Outrider kill them? Let me bring out the calculator. Oh crap! I forgot to use Aerith. Yeah, that might have actually. I think that could have been that was game losing. Well, unless I win right here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can't use these fetch lands. Okay, yeah, that's still pretty game losing. Okay, so let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 storied. So that's 7 plus 7, 14 damage. That's nowhere near lethal. Okay, so I think I lose. Yeah, I needed to remember to use Aerith that turn. So I can Val Progenitor, but that. Yeah, okay. I needed to not misplay that, and I actually had a chance there, which was pretty sad because I almost had it. So actually, I can still get somewhere here. Okay, Jeffrey stages, Val Progenitor twice. Yeah, okay, that is a line I can do. So Jeffrey stages. I think now will be a good time to grab a Panya, or actually Arichi could be useful later on. And I'll just grab Panya for now. Then I fetch Lush Oasis. And then I Val Progenitor twice to get rid of everything on board. Which actually also puts a bunch of things on board too. So that means that Greenwood Outrider is lethal. I can get Greenwood Outrider lethal next turn if things work out well. But yeah, actually, I'll Val Progenitor first because I might draw an untap land and I want that to happen. Okay, that's an untap land that puts me down to 1 life, but I think that's probably worth it. And that also like bounces like I need Firebird out of there. Alright, turns out it was a missed trigger. So that is a problem, but I actually do have a backup plan, which is so I can Val Progenitor again. That draws me another card, and then I hold up Panya. I didn't play a land this turn, right? So I'm going to fetch now. I'm going to, because I could draw into an untap land, or if I fetch Lush Oasis here, then it. Okay, so that means that I have to do it like this. I want to keep Aerith back. Is there a point in keeping Aerith back? I can get rid. I make 2 guys. It's unlikely that they kill both guys. I think I can afford to do this. And I have one more island, so it's yeah. So I'm just going to do it like this. And this time I'm actually going to remember my triggers for 1, 2. Contra of Old Majik. Unfortunately not useful right now, but okay. So I just need to survive a turn with Plaxiel. They could have Unceasing Flames. If they have Unceasing Flames, I lose anyway, so it's not. There's no point. Yeah, if I played correctly, I could have bounced Plaxi too, which I'm not. Which definitely does something. Well, now I'm kind of just forced to swing into Zerat. They're not going to block with Plaxi here, I don't think. But at least that gets Zerat out of the way. And then play away Fair Shrine and pass. So I just have to dodge Unceasing Flames. They have like whatever draw spells they manage to get their hands on, plus the clue to get it. And Quench Greed copied, so that is a lot of chances to get Unceasing Flames. I just have to hope they whiff all of them. And also don't draw a land plus the clue crack. Yeah, there's just but hey, like more likely things have happened before. Was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, they found it. That's my second land. What's my first land? Alps Forest. It's from play into no, I fetched with them. When did I? Okay, yeah, game 2. So that was disastrous, and also I misplayed super hard because yeah, I completely forgot about the Aerith trigger, and Aerith trigger could have like actually affected a lot of things because that's 6 cards I get to see. So if I flip Amorphous Tyrant or if I flip Cosmonaut Not Pioneer, that puts me out of burn range, and then if I remember the triggers, that also gets rid of a lot of stuff. But post board, Forbidden Treasures come in. I still don't really know how to board here, but like I feel like this, I'm going to do something like this. And am I making a statement by not bringing in Alton Surveyor because I feel like Alton is too slow. Like Alton is useful if it kills Mina or it shuffles a single Phoenix into their deck, but Alton like only does stuff after the fact, so like it's kind of hard to snipe a Phoenix with this thing. It also gains life technically, but I'm not sure if that matters. So actually, is Vivian useful? Like not that great, right? Well, it's like it's good. So Amulet of Loyalty is technically screws over Zerat, but like it's also not great. Well, actually, if I Amulet with Zerat out, then I technically get 2+ to make blockers for the Phoenixes, I guess. But that's definitely not worth it. So I'm keeping these guys in just as a tutor target. Oh yeah, I take out 1 Greenwood Outrider because Greenwood Lethal is not what I'm looking for. Maybe I bring in 1 Alton Surveyor. Yeah. Like so Cosmonaut Pioneer is my only way. You know what? I'll take out Vivian's. It's probably incorrect, but Vivian is very slow, so I like it can minus to blow up a Phoenix, but otherwise it doesn't do enough. Yeah, I'll go with this. Actually, I should be taking out Performers in place of Alton Surveyors. Yeah, I'll go with this. So I guess my plan here is to just lower my curve a bunch. This probably is incorrect, like because now actually do I go 1-for-1 with expensive stuff? Maybe I should be cutting Performers because I still want to maintain 5-drop density. So like Contra is probably the best 5-drop here because it's not a 5-drop actually. And then like 1 Alton Surveyor. I mean, they can't really deal with the flip Performer very well. Maybe it's still worth doing that. Yeah. Alright, so that's a bad hand. This is this is a pretty decent hand. I'll keep this. I'm bottoming either Ramsey or Alton Surveyor because I want to be able to play on curve. Or actually, so I'm probably cycling Amorphous Tyrant. So Alton Surveyor is good if they have turn 1 Mina, and pretty bad otherwise. I think I keep the Ramsey, like it's quote-unquote safer, and gets me an Aerith probably, or gets me a likely on-curve Aerith. So fetch out Forest, turn 1 Green Elemental Circle, and hope for the best. If they turn on Mina, I can Amorphous Tyrant to kill it, which is useful, I guess. Although they're just going to flash in Mina, so I'm never going to get the chance to kill it before they get to use it on their turn. And they're going to turn on Wheat from Chaff. Like, if I... Oh yeah, and now this is one of the few times where I really regret not keeping Alton Surveyor and its 2 Phoenixes. God. If they have, if they have the thing, I just die, right? Like, so if I draw a land next turn, I get to play Aerith, and maybe I get to ramp up them or something. I don't have Primal Resurgence, which is a problem. Like, I need Primal Resurgence out in order to ram hoof them on curve. But yeah, I guess I just have to hope for the best. Ramsey, do I care about getting double blue? No, like, if I find a Primal Resurgence, I'm sticking it on the forest. So if I top deck a land, I can actually land Amorphous. I can play out Amorphous Tyrant, which does block a Phoenix. I mean, it dies to Phoenix plus a burn spell, but I think that's an alright trade for me because it forces them to use a burn spell on a creature instead of face. So I need a land top deck next turn, or just like not a 5-drop. If I top deck a 5-drop, then I'm not very happy. Creative Salvage, Spirit Scripts, yeah. If they have data recovery, I'm in a lot of trouble, and they have it. Okay, they get the Phoenix. They have 2 Phoenixes out, and that's whacking me down to 11 on turn 2. So like what even helps me here? It's just lands, right? Okay, well I got the land that I needed. Unfortunately, can't make use of the front side of this thing. So alternatively, I can play Aerith, and that guarantees that oh yeah, right. Okay, so that guarantees that I have a land drop for next turn. And it also means that Amorphous Tyrant next turn will be able to kill something. But I really want to go for that. I mean, like, if I go for the Aerith play, that means I'm going down to 5 life. If they have 2 Unceasing Flames, I just lose. And it's likely that they could have, like, they definitely could have 2 Unceasing Flames. And so if I play Amorphous Tyrant here, then so they swing in with everything. I block one of the Firebirds, they Unceasing Flames the Amorphous Tyrant. I go down to 8, and then next turn I have to hope to top deck another land. But I get 2 draws with Amorphous Tyrant, so it's not that unlikely that I get another land. No, it doesn't even help me because Firebird just goes to graveyard and then it's active again next turn. Aerith, if I go Aerith, then if I go Aerith, I can't Greenwood Outrider next turn either. Well, so then what? So then I'm going Aerith, Tyrant, or I mean, so Amorphous Tyrant makes it way to the yard. I play a land. Is there a difference if they have Zero, then they bounce my Amorphous Tyrant? Yeah, there's just no good plays right now. And I got super punished by not keeping the Alton Surveyor, but like if I kept Alton instead of Ramsey, I would be mad screwed right now, so it doesn't actually make that big of a difference. Although I would have more time to draw my cards, I guess. No, I would have been able to cycle the Tyrant, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll go with the safe play. Jeffrey stages the finale. Alright. The quote-unquote safe play, I mean, like, this still is very shaky, but it's something at least. Something to tide me over. They have 7 cards in hand. They definitely have Unceasing Flames. Or at least some way to get Unceasing Flames. Like, they definitely have a way to turn to Unceasing Flames right now. So next turn, I need to draw an untap land. Hopefully it's not something that requires me to shock myself. And hopefully it's also a blue source, because then that lets me go Jeffrey, grab Panya. And then I need to top deck another land so I can take a Panya, so I can do the end of turn Panya into untap Panya tail. I mean, that is a way I win, because then that gets me Greenwood Outrider, which, does that one shot from this range? I don't actually know, but, well, it does get pretty close, I think. So they're going to attack with both Firebirds, which, yeah, they can. If I don't block here, do I die? I go down to 5, they double Unceasing Flames me. If I block here, I think I have to go for it. Yeah, I mean, I have Aerith as follow-up, so like, it's not that bad, I guess. So show me the Unceasing Flames. Oh, okay, they just whack me in the face. Oh, wait, so they have lethal right now? Data recovery on the Unceasing Flames, whack me in the face again. And they get Firebird back. Well, I mean, this thing blocks again next turn, so I just need an untap red source. Hopefully they have no more Unceasing Flames left. Come on. That's exactly not what I needed. Yeah, I'm just dead now. And there was literally nothing I could have done this game. Except, okay, there was definitely something I could have done, which was keep Alton Surveyor over Ramsey. Actually, maybe I definitely should have bombed Aerith, actually, right? Because Aerith was too slow and... Okay, yeah, that was I guess that was a mistake that ended up mattering a lot. Alright, or do I... Yeah, it's GG. I die. Alright, I mean, I mean, I got to the semis with this deck, so I can't be too unhappy. Also, turns out Ocean is complete garbage. Don't run this card. I should actually be running Tau instead in this slot. Yeah, definitely should be running Tau instead because that card's actually useful. The reason I didn't find Tau was because when I was looking for sideboard option, like when I was looking for Jeffrey stages, the finale targets for my sideboard, I just searched all legends that were in blue green, which ended up not finding the hybrid cards. Like I should be running Tau instead because like Tau would actually be a good sideboard option against their deck. Anyways, so game one was definitely my I definitely screwed up really hard near the end. I forgot to use the Aerith upkeep trigger, and that definitely could have mattered. Like, it could have found me 6 actually useful cards. It could have flipped me into Cosmonaut Pioneer, which would have killed me out of Unceasing Flames range, and then after forgetting that trigger, I ended up forgetting some Jeffrey Stages triggers, which didn't end up mattering because they had Unceasing Flames, or my opponent found Unceasing Flames, but it could have mattered. But yeah, and I doubt this deck's going to exist after this month because this is definitely Green Elemental Circle is definitely getting nerfed, and also like Val Progenitor is getting hit by hitting. Val Progenitor is getting hit with some nerfs too. Like, it's going to become a 3/2, which makes the card a lot worse. When you to hard cast. Like, it's not even. I mean, it makes it a lot more fair when you cheat it out, but makes it a lot worse when you're hard casting it because now you can't hold the fort when you're trying to hard cast with these hard cast Val Progenitors. But you're still going to run this thing because it's the best evoke option. Amorphous Tyrant is just really bad on an empty board, and with the deck you're kind of playing, you're not going to have big stuff early, which means that unless your opponent's playing one toughness guys, this thing is mostly just cycling itself if you bulk it. But anyways, yeah, so that was this month's MSEM GP, and I got pretty far, so I can't complain too much. Did I already say that? Yeah, and I think this deck, I mean, I'm the one who built this deck, so I'm pretty happy that a deck that I built managed to get so far too. But anyways, see you next month, I guess.